My name is P.H. Grimm, or Patty Hall, as many of my real-life people know me. I am a 19-year-old dyslexic child who's already written 2 books. Now, if you know anything about dyslexia, or you are dyslexic yourself, you know that writing anything longer than a text message is kind of like a slight against God. It's kind of like a midget reaching something on the top shelf. It's not really supposed to happen, but here we are, me 2 books down the drain and a couple more being cooked up. But last night I wrote something kind of cool, and I mean I write a lot of things, but I never wrote anything quite like this. And because my grandmother's maiden name was Grimm, I thought it'd be kind of cool to not only take that name as a writer's name, because Patty Hall, Patricia Hall, doesn't really sound really that cool. But Grimm already has a very awesome history with writing. So I thought, what best way to submit my way in history as a writer than to write a fairy tale. So I'm going to write 3 fairy tales, because I just have a lot of things cooking in my mind. So if you will bear with me for a few minutes, internet or people that I just know, I would like you to listen to what I've written. This story is called The Princess and the Blue Jay. And before I even start off reading it, I like to start with the definition of the word tragedy. Tragedy is when a man, usually of importance and outstanding qualities, falls to disaster through the combination of personal failing and circumstances which he cannot deal with. Got that? Okay, then let's begin. I call this story a tragedy, but unlike the tragedy by definition, I long ago let go of any outstanding or important qualities that I once possessed. I'm afraid that the only thing I have in common with the word tragedy is that in the end, I will fail. I will fail underneath the unforgivable circumstances because I, as a man, cannot handle it. My flaws are all I have now, along with a few feathers. I fail because I am not a man of importance. I fail because I should never been given the opportunity to succeed. But isn't that the story of all of us? Born to a life full of endless possibilities, only to find out through terrible circumstances that even if we were born into this world with the capability to accomplish anything, to gain whatever, to learn the world over, only to lose it, the will to reach for the top. When we are young, we have the possibility, the hope, and determination to grab hold of life. Because we are young, and we still possess that hope, we can rise to the occasion. But through our unfortunate lives, we lose the determination to keep reaching for the impossible. But some of us are persistent enough. When everyone else around us gives up, if you rise to the occasion and accomplish anything, to gain everything, and to learn the lessons the world has to offer us, only to have it stripped away from you. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I suppose the only right way to start any type of fairy tale is to start it like so many have been started before. Once upon a time, there was a princess who thought too much of herself, who was born to a life of privilege, but never learned to appreciate it. This princess was born with not a silver spoon in her mouth, but one that of solid gold. Though she was lovely in every meaning of the word, she had an ugliness in her that her parents feared she would never grow out of. But it was far too late to regret their parenting habits now, because the damage had been dealt on their only child's personality. It wasn't that the princess was evil, but the world spoiled was created especially for her. And then there was the prince. That wasn't much better, spoiled, but also neglected. He suffered like all their children do, forced to live up to his brother's level when there was never hope of that. Though he was handsome, he was only mildly smart, with a temper that of an angry snake, and he knew, growing up, that one day he would be king. That was till his father gave his oldest brother the kingdom, and his second son conquered land that he won in wars past. Not only would this self-important prince never be able to live up to his brother's accomplishments, he would never be given the chance. And then there is me, Though I already gave you all the information about myself I'd like to share, I will tell you this. I'm afraid what I said earlier was true. The only thing that me and the word tragedy has in common is at the end of it, I will fail. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. So let's begin once more. Once upon a time, there was a princess. And that is what I wrote. I wrote it. I wrote it by myself, very poorly spelled, so it will not be put on the internet for quite some time. And if anyone's watching, if I don't know you, if I know you, I'd like to know your opinion, because it would mean a lot to me, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to continue this story, and I hope that it will be just as good as the original Grimm's fairy tales. So that's everything. Thanks for wasting 6 minutes of your life. Bye.